Feeling good, feeling fine. Big old booties and dance line. Had a hard week, all week, but now it's party time. They're rolling up and pouring up in space game. I'm the next one. Girl, you're looking mighty sweet. Let me see what's in your it's just country party. King George and West Love. Nobody's hating, ain't nothing but love. Over to the dance floor, 'cause I'm starting to feel what's in my cup. This lady, by her hand, I asked her if she wanted a dance. She said no, she's been waiting on the chance to take me inside and get me out my pants. Yes, country, yeah, I can't no more. You gotta grab your girl and get down on the floor. This is the country, going on.
Everybody, what is going on? I know y'all was waiting on your girl. I know y'all was waiting on your girl, but y'all already know. Before I get started, I want to thank my advisor kings, advisor queens, advisor honeys, and my advisor princess. Hey. What? Oh, you said who? Oh, hey. Okay, I guess y'all just kind of sliding on in here tonight. That's cool. Thank you so much. For coming and hanging out with your girl, Y'all already know. Last Friday, I had other stuff to do and stuff, so I was like, you know what, whatever. So, I know it's probably a lot of other shit going on and stuff like that. So I was like, I'll wait and go next week. Sometimes you gotta wait your turn in line, especially on these goddamn YouTube streets. You gotta wait your turn because there's so much shit going on. You said turn off my camera. Why you want me to turn off my camera? Do anybody else turn on their cameras? Right, so y'all could take pictures and shit like that. Be like, oh, look at Miss Brown. Look how she look like. Oh my God, she look fucked up. All right, I'm gonna turn on my camera so everybody want to see me what I look like. Yes, your girl is rocking red. And what about it? Yes, yes. So I turned on my camera. I'm not gonna leave my camera on. You know what I mean? You know, y'all didn't come here to see my face. I'm thinking y'all came here to see, to hear my live stream and stuff, right? um, yeah. Y'all, if y'all put up pictures about me and shit like that, don't be acting all crazy and shit, because I'm gonna come after y'all dog asses if y'all try any type of crazy shit. Miss Brown is gonna be on ya. You already know. But I love everybody. I ain't got no beef with nobody. And hopefully nobody, ain't nobody got no beef with me. So I did not drop the link. I did not drop the link yet. I'm just gonna wait to see who want to come up, and then I'll just kind of pick accordingly who I want to come up. And yeah, you know what I mean? But Flawless World, thank you so much. I think that's Donald. Donald, what your dog ass been up to? Huh? Who you chasing around these goddamn YouTube streets now? Cause you chasing some goddamn skirt, panties, pants, whatever. I don't know. Ooh, what's going on with you, Donna? mm. I already know when I hear the Flawless World, I already know it's got to be Donald Goose. He's an OG down here. He's an OG down these YouTube streets and stuff. You know what I mean? Um, I I really I really don't have a really topic. But what I got tonight is something that I know that it's kind of touchy and stuff. Um, and that's why I put up my disclaimer, because I already know that some people are gonna might say, what is going on with her? But you know, uh, uh um, I've always said that, I try to keep it real with y'all from day one and stuff like that. And this is on a political type of government type of issue, that I have. And I don't know if other people might view it as, whatever. But myself, to me, and this is just my opinion, is that I believe that now we're talking about the government. We're talking about the American people. To me, it just seems like uh um the government is more prone to take care of the non-citizens than the American citizens. If you understand what I'm saying, is the non-citizens can come to America, they can get better housing, they can get better cars, they can get better jobs. But the Americans that's been here, they got to either they're going to be homeless, no car, no apartment, no nothing. So to me, it seems like the government caters more to the non-citizens than the American citizens. You know what I mean? And I know people are gonna get in their feelings, but I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say because that's just how I feel. I feel that if the Haitians come over here, I think that the Haitians should not even be over here. I think the Haitians should stay in their country, and their govern and their people should take care of them. You know what I mean? I believe that everybody should stay in their own country. That's what I'm saying. You know, African Americans. Okay, that's American. So yeah, so they should take care of the African Americans because they're Americans. The Africans should stay in Africa. The Nigerians should stay in Nigeria, and their government should take care of them because they come over here. They come over here to the United States. Okay, we understand that they want a better life and all of that stuff. But the Americans are more like, I don't know. The Americans are more. I guess what I'm trying to say is the Americans. I guess they're just lazy. Some of them. I'm not saying all, but I guess, as far as the Nigerians, the Chinese, the Arabs, and all of that stuff, you know what I mean? They come over here because they know, and meanwhile, they're probably calling the American people stupid. Like, they got all these opportunities. They got all of this. They got all of that. That's why a lot of them, I'm just going to keep it real. That's why a lot of them open up these stores, these corner stores and stuff like that. I went into a corner, my neighborhood corner store, and I was going to buy a small bottle of alcohol. Let's just keep it real. A small bottle of alcohol that I know that I could have got from the Dollar Tree, the Family Dollar, for like $1 something, $2 at the most. They were selling that bitch for $4. $4. I'm like, no way. I'm not. You know what I mean? And I know that a lot of people can understand, where I'm coming from. And I'm just kind of talking on a political type of scale. I mean, that's why I got my disclaimer up, because, I may flip flop and be all over the place, but, some people can kind of filter out what I'm saying and use what they use. And then if you don't use it, then that's fine too. But I'm just saying that, a lot of American people have just gotten so complacent and so lazy and don't want to do nothing. And then you got other people from different countries. They've been through the struggle. They know what it is to go without food for days and this and that. And then they bring their dog asses to America, and they clean up. They clean up. That's why a lot of these Arab stores today, if you notice that when you go into the store, them motherfuckers got everything down packed. Let's just keep it real. They got the kitchen on the other side. They frying up chicken, macaroni and cheese, and French fries. And then on the other side, they got handbags, purses, whatever else, because they already know they're gonna crunch everything into one area, and that's what it is. You know what I mean? They know how to do it. Yeah, they could probably go and have just a plain person. Hell no, because they already know how niggas are. Oh, okay, they're gonna come in, they're gonna get something to eat, they're gonna want something to eat. Then the girls are gonna want this, girls are gonna want that, and then the motherfuckers have hair in there too. They selling hair weave up in their bundles and all that shit. It's like a one-stop shop. You know what I mean? They know how to do it. They know how to do it. But on the flip side, like I said, and I had to think to myself, I'm like, wait a minute. You don't see no Haitians homeless on the street in America. You don't see no Chinese people homeless on the street in America. You don't. Because I believe that they all take care of their own. But the black people, they don't take care of their own. They don't. You know what I mean? They don't take care of their brothers and sisters and shit like that. That's why I didn't understand. That's why I didn't understand about Black Lives and stuff. Whoever came up with that was crazy. Because how the hell, you're saying, Black Lives, but I've always said, how the heck can Black Lives matter when you're steady, you're killing your own brothers and sisters, mamas, daddies, papas, all that stuff. So where does Black Lives matter? It don't. It don't matter. You know what I mean? It don't matter when you killing your own people and shit. You know what I mean? Soon as something happens and stuff, first thing they be like, oh, the cop, the white cop killed the black cop and this and that. But okay, all right. So the white cop killed the black cop, or the white cop beat up the black cop. First thing they be like, oh, he was racist. Oh my God, he was this, he was that, he was this. No. Then they want to play the race card. You can't keep playing that goddamn race card when you got other people out here and shit. You see about, niggas are killing other niggas. Niggas is killing other niggas. So where the fuck do Black Lives Matter? They don't give a hell about Black Lives Matter. Man, please. Black Lives Matter. I would say it's a bunch of bullshit. That's what I say. How the fuck you gonna say Black Lives Matter? Mm-mm. Black lives don't matter. No. And I'm gonna tell you, for those that that's up in age, like me and shit, you know, a lot of things have changed. A lot of things have changed. This world is just like, it's just unbelievable. Things are so different, now than they were back then. You know what I mean? You didn't see a lot of you seen teen pregnancies, but you didn't see teen pregnancies like you see today. You might see a girl probably back then, she might have had a kid, you know, maybe two kids, but nowadays you see these young girls and they got five and six and seven and eight and nine kids now. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just, things has changed, and I don't see it getting better. I think I see it just getting worse. You know what I mean? It is crazy. It is so crazy. But I am gonna drop the link, y'all. I am gonna drop the link. Hold on. I was hitting my juice, y'all. I was hitting my juice, and I just wanted to come in for a little while, and and chop it up with y'all, and just kind of put my disclaimer up, and just kind of say what's on my mind and stuff, because that's what I do. Shit. I don't pay StreamYard anymore, thank God. You know what I mean? Because I don't hold motherfuckers like I used to. So, I keep that money in my pocket. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So I did drop the StreamYard. So if anybody want to come up and chime in what I said, or just kind of talk, pop your shit, I'm good with that. I don't care. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I'm glad that when I do go live, some people, from back then, like Donald Goins and whoever else, the OGs, they will stop in. They don't stop in all the time. Let's just keep it real. They don't stop in all the time, but they will stop in from time to time and say, "Hey, Miss Brown, how are ya?" Or something like that, which is fine. Which is fine. You know what I mean? Which is fine. But anyways, that's why that's why I put my disclaimer up, because y'all know sometimes I could be all over the map. I could be talking about this. I could be talking about that. I could be talking about this. I could be talking about that. You know what I mean? But hey, that's just how I am. You know what I mean? It's my live stream, so I can talk about whatever I want to talk about. And if anybody got a problem with it, they can always come and see your girl. They can always come and see your girl. Just like like I've always said and stuff. You know what I mean? But another thing I want to say too is that, for the people that's listening from afar and listening from the basement, the porch, under a rock, behind a door, and all of that stuff. Listen, if you don't want people to know your personal business, keep that shit off YouTube. Keep that shit off social media, because it's a lot of people that bring garbage to these internets. But it's also other people that's interested in the garbage. So they love it. They love it. But then, and I'm talking about some of these content creators and shit. You know what I mean? They bring their personal shit on the internet and talk about personal life and talking about what's going on in their personal life and stuff like that. Then they get mad when someone comment on it and be like, "What? Well, da 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 da." Then they be ready to be like, "Oh, now they're mad." But the thing is that if you don't want nobody to know your personal business, keep that personal business off of YouTube, because it's always going to be somebody in the background with a pad and pen that'll call your dog ass out, you know, for you least expect it. You know what I mean? It happens all the time. It happens all the time. Social media has ruined a lot of people's lives, a lot of people's lives. But they bought it on themselves because, like I've always said, loose lips sink ships. People wouldn't know nothing about you if you didn't open your goddamn mouth. But soon as you open your gut suckers, they're gonna be behind with a pad and pen and or a recorder, and they're gonna record every goddamn thing you say, especially if it's juicy enough. Bitch, what? If it's juicy enough, oh bitch. Oh yeah. I can use this. I can use this. So soon as you piss me off, I am going to rat your ass out. Yep. And a lot of them, let's just be clear. A lot of these so-called subscribers, befriend some of these big wig content creators, or some of these content creators that's on the rise, just so they can ride on their coattail, because they can't do nothing else. So all they're gonna do is just take notes quietly, sit in the background and take notes. That's how a lot of these people, now I'm flipping back to YouTube. That's how a lot of these people on YouTube got their channel started. They came up on YouTube quiet as a church mouse. You ain't hear nothing. Only thing they did was just sat in the classroom. When the content creator was on stage, they was a pupil. They sat right in the classroom taking notes, taking this, taking that. Soon as they know more about that content creator, they decided that they were going to start going live and holding live streams and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Jealous of that content creator's page and stuff. You got to remember, it's a lot of jealousy that's on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and all of that. You know, every platform and every place that I go to, they always say the same thing. Oh, they're always talking about the views, always talking about the views and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? But give two shits about the person, man, please. Bitch, what? Oh, this is juicy. Oh, I'm gonna use this, and they do. Mm-hmm. Hey, Dragon, how are you? How are you? Thank you for coming. What's going on, Dragon? Dragon, I know you mad at me. I know you've been trying to reach out and shit, but your girl been, Anyway, I did drop the link, Dragon. So if you want to bring your dog ass up here, you can. You can bring your dog ass up, Dragon. I did drop the link. What's going on, Dragon? I would love to hear from you, man. Can you come up? Can you come up and holler at your girl? Y'all know I'm only in here for a teaspoon. I'm the fuck up out of her. unless y'all want me to stay longer. You know what I mean? And then I'll sit right down. Dragon, what's going on with you? What's going on with my dragon? Dragon, what's going on with you? How you been, Dragon? What's new? What's new with you, Dragon? I ain't seen Dragon in a long time. Yeah. But hopefully he'll come up and say hi, at least. Anyway, who is Gucci Bear? Hey, you said let's talk about it. How are you doing, Gucci Bear? Thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for hanging out with your girl. I guess you're new here. But thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, I hope y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Cause I was having a little technical difficulties with my live and stuff. So please, please, please tell me, can y'all hear me? And can y'all see me? Can y'all see me? Hello. I'm pretty sure. Hopefully y'all can see me. Hopefully. You know what I mean? Okay. How am I sounding? Am I sounding okay? Huh? um, okay, I think you're new. Hmm. Okay. How am I sounding? Am I sounding okay? Loud and clear. Okay. So y'all can see the red hair, or is it gray? It's not gray, is it? Hmm. It's not gray, right? Sometimes you gotta check and shit, cause my goddamn computer be like flipping on me and shit. You know what I mean? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So where are you from? Cause this your first time. I mean, I ain't never seen you over here. So where are you from? Hmm? Where are you from? You want to tell me where you from? And if you got your own channel, you got your own channel. Um. Well, anyway, I did drop the link. So if you got your own channel and you want to, let us know who you are and all of that, you know what I mean? You're always welcome to hit my panel. um, yeah, that's up to you and shit. Um, if you want to come up and let me know how you know about my channel. How you know about my channel, man? What's going on? um, I could tell you that at one time, if you go around these YouTube streets, I don't know if you have your own channel, but if you go around the YouTube streets and stuff, and you ask about Miss Brown, they'll tell you that I'm an OG down these YouTube streets. Been into plenty of battles, seen people come, go, channels burnt the fuck down, jealousy, people channel being snatched and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? I've been here to see it all. But now I don't know what's going on. So I just get in where I fit in. You know what I mean? Because everything done just, everything done turned. So it's so many different people now. They have they have a lot of different. They just have too much bullshit. Let's just keep it real. There's too much bullshit on YouTube. But hey, I just view it as entertainment purposes only and stuff. So I just come on here to look at the entertainment. I can't learn shit. I could never learn nothing, not from none of these channels. Nope. Mm-mm. Only thing I could learn is how to dox some motherfuckers. Only thing I could learn is how to get over on somebody on YouTube or something like that. That's the only thing I can learn. I can't learn nothing else. I can't learn to put a fucking car together. I can't learn to do this. I can't learn to do nothing that will benefit me and take me to the next level as far as making money for my goddamn channel. I can't. I ain't no teachers up on here. not Not in this area. Not in this area. You know what I mean? I'm just keeping it real with you, you know. You ain't gonna find nothing in this goddamn sector but crud, dirt, and you know, and either you know, dick suckers or coochie lickers. That's it. Mm-hmm. That's all you're gonna find. That's all you're gonna find over here. And people jealous of your goddamn channel. Oh, bitch, you getting too many goddamn people in your shit. I'm about to throw porn up in there and shit like that. I can't tell you when my channel was huge. I mean, my channel was big. I used to worry about motherfuckers throwing shit up in my shit. And they did. I ain't gonna hold you. They used to throw porn all up in my live stream and shit. And you can't trust motherfuckers. You can't trust, because the ones that you have on the panel could be the ones that's sabotaging your shit. It's a lot of these channels that got sabotaged by porn. You know what I mean? Because they got jealous. They got jealous because you had too many, you know, you had too many people in your live stream, and they got jealous and shit. They ain't gonna tell you they jealous. They just gonna go and throw porn up on your shit and work it where they'll be sitting right next to you on panel, knowing that you can't monetize that video. So yeah. Sabotage on the DL. Mm-hmm. That's how a lot of these channels got started on YouTube. Because they sabotaged other people's channels. That's it. You know what I mean? And you know, and a lot of them also found a way in because they call this three sector, and that's what I hated about that, because they call that the Mo 3 sector, but they don't protect their own. They never protected the Mo 3 sector. They never supported their own. You know, they didn't. They went across town and supported other people's channels. You know, they went in and supported other people's channels and stuff like that, but they never supported their own from the Mo 3 sector. Hello, Mr. Snowden. How are you?
I'm all right. Why it seem like you having a lot of problems with your channel now? What's going on?
No, I don't have a problem with my channel. I used to have a problem with my channel.
Oh, okay.
That's
No, I'm
why
just
I'm
going by
low
what you're
key,
saying.
because I
Oh,
got
okay.
rid of all the you know, all the riff raft and all that crazy stuff. That's why my channel is the way it is now. That's why my channel, it's you know, it is what
Oh,
it
that's
is.
respect.
You
That's
know what I
respect.
mean? But
Yeah, that's acceptable.
that's okay, because it gave me a chance to see who was really riding with the visor game. You know what I mean? Because I
Fact.
already know once my channel, and this is what's gonna piss me off, because once my channel starts growing up again, and I take full, like okay, I'm just gonna plow in, I'm gonna get my channel back up and running and this and that. All them people that left me, they're gonna try to come back. They're gonna try to come back some type of way. Either they're gonna try to come back to hit me with a cash app, super chat, super kiss, whatever, just to try to get back in the door. But I'm always gonna be kind of mindful that, wait a minute, I ain't seen you in about 2 years, 3 years. I go down these YouTube streets and I see you in other people's shit. I ain't seen you in a long time. But soon as my shit get up popping again, here you come. No, I'm not. No, and you're not gonna sit on my panel. You know what I mean? The only way you're gonna be able to sit on my panel, I'm gonna take that back. The only way you're gonna be able to sit on my panel, because I know you're here. You're not here to support me. You're here because either you got a beef with somebody and you want them up on panel, but they gonna pay. Bitch, you gotta pay to play. You wanna play on my shit? You gotta pay to be on my shit. Yeah.
That's
And that's
acceptable.
and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put a thing up. My live streams start, getting bigger again, or if I take more effort into going on live a little bit more and all of that stuff, and I see that my live stream, I'm going up in numbers and all of that, and then I see the same people, the OGs that used to sit on my panel, and they just all of a sudden start creeping back, and they be like, drop the link. No, drop 50, drop 100, and then I'll drop the link. Don't tell me to drop no link. I tell you what, you say, Miss Brown, drop the link. No, drop 100. Then you can come up on here. You can't drop that, bitch. I can't drop shit either. Mm-hmm. That's what
That's
you got to do.
respectable, but
The real
that's
ones,
understandable.
the real ones, the real ones are gonna always be there. The real ones are gonna be there when you fall. The real ones are just gonna be like, you know what, everything's gonna be good. You're gonna get back on top. Just keep on going with your shit. But the fake ones, the fake ones will be like, I'm just here for the entertainment. Yeah, I see your shit is going back up in numbers. So I just came over to say hi. Yeah, okay, hi, bye, and kick their dog ass up out of here. Mm-hmm.
You understand what you're saying. But you shouldn't. All you do is keep doing, keep striving on what you're doing. Don't worry about what nobody else is doing. I mean, you everything will work out for
That's
you.
all I can do. I can't do, and just like I said, it's like I tell everybody, keep going with your shit. You know what I mean? Don't care. Don't care about other people's channels, because that's the thing. Nowadays, people care about other people's channels.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, you helped out a lot of other
You know
people
what I
get on
mean?
their channel. So you helped a lot of people get on their channels, but at the same time, you understand who real and not who fake. But at the end of the day, just keep striving for what you're doing. Everything will work out. It ain't no reason to worry about what's going on because everything will work out.
Well, I
Just keep
really
doing
don't
what you're
worry.
doing.
I really don't worry about it, because I feel like this. I just stay in my own lane. You know what I mean? That's what I do. You know what I mean? I can't do nothing else. So I say, well, you know what? I'm here now. My channel's totally changed. People don't really come and view me. People they don't even watch my motherfucking videos, really. You know what I mean? Because now it's like, yeah, I'm in here for an hour or whatever. But here's my thing is that at back then, when I was on there for an hour, I still was getting hits. I still was getting like 2, 3, 4, 500, views and all that shit. You know what I mean? Cause it
Yeah,
was because when they were here, there was nothing but a lot of farm animals on my shit. Gorillas, donkeys, pigs, all that shit. And they was having a good goddamn time.
but you gotta understand, you helped a lot of other people get on and get channels. So basically, all they doing now is getting their channels, and they doing stuff that you're not doing anymore. So you know how the channel thing goes. I mean, all you got to do is keep striving and doing what you do. Stay positive. Everything will work out. Your music's doing good. Everything is good for you. So just stay positive. Don't worry about the little things that happen.
Yeah,
Everybody has
well, my
little down.
music is yeah, well, my music is more yeah, well, yeah. My music is hitting more than my live streams now. I mean, I'm getting more views on my music than I am on my live streams. But it's all good. I guess when you're on a social media, you know, chicken circuit or shrimp circuit,
Yeah.
you got to take
Oh,
the good with the bad. You know what I mean? You just gotta keep on going and shit. People, people know, they know. You know what I mean? They know. So that's all I do. I can't do nothing else. I just have to keep on going with my shit. And then, haters, I deal with them when they come my way. If they don't come my way, hey, I'm not gonna go out here in the YouTube streets or on social media and call myself trying to fight somebody or whatever. Now, if I give my opinion, that's something different. Bitch, I just gave my goddamn opinion. Don't get mad at me. You know, I'm just saying what I say. So if you say something and then I comment, then don't get mad at me when I make a comment, because you the one that bought the shit to social media. Nobody would have know nobody's business if they never bought it to social media. So obviously you wanted somebody to know your business. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But
that's
honestly,
how
just
that's
keep
how hmm?
just keep what you're doing. I'm just saying, just do what you're doing. Everything will work out. I mean, it might be low right now, but just stay on the positive road that you is. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing. Everything. Sometimes some things go backwards before they come forward. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? You helped a lot of people get on. You helped a lot of people get on. Since since I've been on your channel and everything, you helped a lot of people get their own channels and all that. Just be thankful for all the stuff you're doing, and they doing what they doing. But at the end of the day, you gotta understand and strive for yourself that you know you're an OG, and that's what you call yourself, OGs, right?
Yeah, we all call ourselves
Okay.
OGs because they've
Okay.
been on here as long as I have. You know what I mean? They've
Okay.
been on here, and the OGs know the OGs. So we already know. We know when people are new and started the channels, or we hear word of, in the street of these YouTube streets that there's somebody new. Because if they
Hmm.
say a name, if I don't know the name, then I know that they're new. I already know. I know all the OGs from
Okay,
back
but what
then.
I'm saying,
So they're
but
still
what
here. They're
I hear
still
you.
here. They're still here, floating around. They're still floating around. And, some of them are trying to stay, some of them are trying to stay above water. But some of these new channels, shit, they so crazy and nasty and cruddy and this and doing all that stuff. They kind of sinking some of these channels now because
But you got
what?
no. What you got to understand is that's what's credibility and everything is how the new people doing the channels. Even though the thing about you got to do, y'all give things for putting them on. The things they doing is different than what y'all doing now because y'all started that way, but y'all changed. And everything, when you go on the change, things start to dissolve for a little while. But everything will pick up. You don't let stuff that pull you down keep you down. You bring yourself back up.
Well,
You're gonna
listen,
be fine.
I am not. My thing is this, is that with that crazy stuff, see, that's the only way I'm gonna get back up. I gotta
No,
go
it's not.
back and reverse to how I was,
No,
I
you don't.
gotta go back out here in these YouTube streets and fight and do this and do that. I don't want to do that. I don't
That's
want
what
to
I'm
do that.
saying. No, you don't.
I feel like I don't want to do that. I feel like I'm just gonna, keep on going with my channel. You like me,
Yeah,
you
you
like
don't.
me. If you don't, then don't, you know, exit
You ain't
stage
got.
right, left, whatever. I don't care.
You ain't got the pride to go back to do the stuff. Do what you're doing now. Stay on the positive road. Everything's gonna work out. Everything takes time. Everything don't just go. You can't blossom off
Yeah,
what you're trying to
well,
do.
I
You
know
change your
everything.
thing.
Right, I know everything takes time, but we talking about YouTube.
Okay, but I mean, persistence is everything. Everything will come
Right,
together.
but
I mean,
okay, right, I
you
get
gonna go through a
but
fall to
you
come back
talking
up.
about we're talking about YouTube. We're talking about social media. We're talking about TikTok. We're talking about Facebook. If you ain't showing no ass, no titties, no dragging somebody, fighting somebody, your channel's garbage. Nowadays, that's what people want. They don't want to see you trying to put a cake together. They don't want to see you doing this or doing that. You're going to have a different audience, but you're going to have more people when you're nasty. You're going to have more people when you're showing more skin. You're going to have more people when when your channel is just your channel is just sour. Like you.
I
Your
mean,
channel's going to be sour. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. That's what that's what pays the bills. That's why a lot of
That's,
these content creators, from different platforms, TikTok or whatever, YouTube and Facebook and all of that stuff, they already know. They already know where the bucks are laying and stuff. That's why a lot of these parents put their damn kids up on these damn sites now. Some of these kids, they I'm telling you, I mean, I know that we're kind of getting a little off topic with flip flopping here and there and stuff like that, but a lot of these parents, they need to really go back to parenting skills 101, because you don't put your child up on social media when there's predators, when there's freaking child molesters and all of that crazy shit. You got these parents got their kids dressed up in cute little outfits, or some parents have their kids dressed like straight up streetwalkers, little short tank tops and hooker little mini dresses and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? That's something that you
okay.
don't never you don't do that. You don't do that.
But
And
think
then they
about
do
it.
those crazy looking dances and shit like that and stuff. I just be like, oh hell no. How can
But
a
it,
parent, and it's always them young girls. See, it's the young girls because they don't know no better. Because 9 times out of 10, they're young themselves. They never had any good parenting training far as their mama, because the mama was probably out doing God knows what. So now the girl got a little girl, and next thing you know, she's grown. She want to be grown just like the mama. She want to follow in the mama footsteps. So the mama put her on social media for the world to see, exploiting her kids. It's a lot of parents out here exploiting their kids just so they can get paid, because they know if they go on there, they ain't gonna get the views. They're not gonna get the recognition. They're not gonna get none of that. But if they got a cute little kid or whatever, they can put on there, please. Be like, oh, she's a gold mine. Oh yeah, we about to get paid. And 9 times out of 10, that's what a lot of this social media shit, a lot of these parents exploit their kids for the almighty dollar. That's what it is.
okay, I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
That's understandable, but I can't say that to all. Some put them on there just to see the graphic, because it be some kids on there doing graphical stuff. It be kids on there, like you're saying, doing a lot of other stuff, but you can't. I'm not gonna say that the parents are being bad to a point.
I think
I'm
the
gonna just
parents
say
are
that.
being bad, especially
But all I'm
especially
saying,
when the mama. I
but
think
I
some
understand.
parents are being bad, especially when the mama is teaching the daughters
But
nasty
you would,
dances. How the hell
but
you gonna teach your 3 year old to twerk on social media at 3 years old?
okay, but what I hear you what you're saying, but majority of them, you understand, is these young kids, these 2-year-olds and 4-year-olds can work computers better than their parents. I mean, they see stuff on there that, okay, fine, that I understand. They see stuff that they see people doing. It ain't all about the parents doing it. It's all about what they see on the media. It's all about what they
No,
see
it's
in the rap
right.
song.
I
Just
know
listen,
that,
it's
but
what they see in the rap songs. It's what they see when they go to, let's see, they go to a family reunion or go to a family get together and they see the other cousins doing it. They're gonna try anything that they see. You know what I mean? They don't know that what they
I know they're
doing is
like
bad.
mirrors. I know
Yeah,
they
they're not.
mimic
Yeah,
back what
that's
they
what I'm
see.
saying. That's what I'm saying. So you can't. I'm just saying you can't say that. I mean, I understand you're right in the point of it, but it ain't all for all of them. Some of them, it's bad. Let me say it like this: it's bad to what you're saying. You're right, but majority of them is just kids being kids. They see something, they try it. And if they parents don't say nothing, like you saying, what you said, I respect that. But their parents see it and they think it's funny at that time, the kid will keep doing it. But then when they get around some other people that's more important than who they were around, and they kid do it, now they wanna. batter the kid, saying the kid was being disrespectful. But how is the kid being disrespectful if you let him do it before? You see what I'm saying? You can't never say. I mean, it's just reality in what you're saying. You right with what you're saying. I respect that. You right with what you're saying, but it can go both ways. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
I mean, it's
I'm
just
just
crazy.
saying I don't see it.
No, you right. You
I
right.
don't.
You right.
I mean, me myself, and this is just my personal opinion. I don't see it. I don't see it like that. I just see it as a lot of these young girls, because they have these young kids. They have these kids at an early age, so if they never had the parenting skills themselves, and they see that, hey, oh dang, she can dance, I'm gonna put her on TikTok. You know, TikTok,
That's understandable. I see what you're
they
saying.
should totally put an age limit on TikTok. I think that TikTok should have, if your kid is under, if your kid is under 13, they can't be on TikTok. They should not even be on TikTok. They shouldn't. You got
I
some
understand what you're
parents,
saying.
you got some parents will throw their kids on TikTok to make videos and all of that stuff. Just so, and they saying, okay, yeah, it's for fun, but then it's like, oh, wait a minute, I can make some money off of
Money
this.
off of that.
And then next thing you
Exactly.
know, they go viral, and then next thing you
Yep.
know, they get this, next thing you know, now you got the predators, you got the child molesters coming, and then you got the parents up there, oh, why they want to try to kidnap my daughter, or why they wanted to do this. I don't understand why these creepy men be coming up. Cause keep your kids off of the fucking internet. Keep them off.
But that's the same way they go with the adult women. It ain't no different. I mean, you can't just say it's predator for just the kids. It's predator for anybody. I mean, anybody
Yeah,
you
but the
think,
kids, but the
anybody, you gotta really
parents,
think about that.
right? I
Yeah.
understand that, but the kids, but the parents, these young girls that have these babies at a young age, they're the ones that exploit their kids on the internet. Those are the ones that be like, oh, she can dance. Look how she move her hips, and look how ain't no 3-year-old should be twerking, jogging her butt, moving her booty, and all of that. You need to stay your ass in class, or go do hopscotch or whatever, or jump rope and
But
all that. Some of these kids don't even do jump rope. If they did do jump rope, 9 times out of 10 they're gonna make a nasty dance out of how to jump rope.
but you gotta understand the parents are kids too. See, you gotta look at the exception.
I
The
know
parents are
it's
kids
babies
too.
having babies.
They're not grown. Yeah, they're not grown up. It ain't all. I mean, I understand you right with the positive what you're saying, but you gotta understand how the parents, most majority of the parents are kids. They still trying to live they little life, even though they have a kid, and they're trying to enjoy their environment, and they persistence in what they're doing. They putting their kid into the same thing. They're not seeing that the
Most
cycle
of them
runs
came,
far.
most of them came
That's
from
all.
broken homes. Most of them
All
came
of them
from
ain't come from
broken
broken homes.
homes.
Don't sit. They didn't come from broken homes. Don't believe that. Everybody, all the babies and little, they didn't come from broken homes. There's a majority of them come from rich homes, good homes, and all that, with a father and a mother in their life. But they
Well,
just
most
persistent
of
to
them,
do something else.
like I said, to me, it's most of them. Either they live in the projects, or they're on welfare, or they getting some type of housing assistance like Section 8 or something, and they just got a lot of time on their hands. Let's just keep it real.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Majority of they, if you see them come out of a cycle like that, majority of the parents are in the same cycle. It's just a cycle thing. The parents could be
Yeah,
doing the same thing. It's a cycle
yeah.
thing, but at the end of the day, you can't deprive. Some things are hard with some people. You know what I mean? I mean, they try to do the best that they can, even though they should do better. But at the end of the day, they're comfortable in the zone that they're in.
That's
You
only
know what I'm saying? That's
because
bad.
it's always how they were raised.
Well, no,
It's
you
always
can't say
This
that.
is how
You
they
can't say
were
that.
raised, and they just handed it down. They just handed it
Nah,
down. The
yeah,
grandmama, The mama,
No,
the
but
daughter,
think about it.
the daughter's,
I hear you.
the daughter's daughter, the daughter's daughter's daughter, the daughter's
Okay,
daughter's
but
daughter. It's
just
just
listen.
it just goes all the way down the
But hold
pole.
on. No, it don't have to be that way, dog. They could have came out of a good home and saw an easy path and took the easy path instead of doing the same thing that their parents were doing. You know what I mean? That could be it too. I mean, there's a lot of that. I mean, I understand what you're saying. You're right, but you can't be persistent with that because there's a lot of people been in good homes, came out and got on Section 8 social service and all that, and just deprived themselves and was happy with what they had. You know what I mean? It's persistent things.
Well,
It's
I don't
sad to
know.
say.
I don't know. I'm just saying, from
I know what you're
what
saying.
I've
You're right.
seen,
I ain't saying you're wrong.
from
I'm not saying you're wrong.
from what I've seen, and then from what social media is talking about and all of this stuff. I mean, I just see
Yeah, everything on social
most
media, don't
social
believe.
media is made up. To me, it
Yeah,
seems like most social media nowadays, being it TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, is basically more young kids. Either
but it's
the
not.
girls got too many damn babies, and
But it's not.
or the man he ain't doing shit.
But everything's not real. Everything's falsification too. Some certain stuff is not real. So I'll give you persistent right now. Like they got one on TikTok right now about a dude going at houses and everything. That's not even real. That's a persistent picture that somebody put up and they blogged out. Just like with the tiger and all that. That's persistent stuff. That
Oh
ain't that
well,
ain't
yeah.
cheap
I
love.
mean, yeah, I've seen
Yeah,
that. I
yeah, that's what I'm
mean,
saying. Yeah.
it's
I'm
just
just
I
saying
know
it's just
it's a lot of entertainment, and I
yeah,
know
it's a
it's a
lot of
lot of people
entertainment stuff going out. There's a lot of true
that
stuff.
they love the drama. They love the
Yeah,
drama and they
it's
tune
all about
into it.
fiction.
You know,
You gotta think about it. It's all about fictional stuff.
yeah, we all know that. We all know that. You know what I mean?
That's what makes
Um,
money. They're doing
but
like movies.
I want to say this though. I want to say this. I really want to say this because I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you just how some of these young girls are. And I know a lot of people be like, "Why is she always putting down young girls?" I put down these young girls because these young girls should have had better training from their mother. You know what I mean?
But
So
can I ask you a question?
uh, and I'm gonna tell you why. And I'm gonna tell you why I feel the way I do because I used to look back at some of those old commercials, some of those old McDonald commercials, some of those old Burger King commercials, some of those old commercials. And back then I noticed that, and I'm talking about the way the girls were dressed. They don't even wear uniforms. Fuck a uniform. Some of them girls back then, and y'all know what I'm talking about for the older people, some of them girls had the McDonald's hats on. Some of them girls had the well, no, let me just back that up. All of them had the McDonald's uniforms on, the uniform hats on. Nowadays, these girls done got so ratchet. You go into McDonald's and y'all know what I'm talking about. They even wear them damn hair bonnets hanging down to their ass. They go in there with house shoes, dirty socks, you know. I mean, like they're just like, fuck it. I'm rolling out of bed and I'm going to work. That's why I'm saying that this world is just going to shit. Even when you, like
But
I said, you go into McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, these young girls, they go into work any type of way. They don't care. And some of these supervisors or something, they need to go back to how it used to be, far as cleanness, tidiness, and stuff like that. And they don't give a hell anymore. I've been into some of those restaurants. I've seen girls come up to the counters with those bonnets on, and I've seen girls come to work in jeans and tank tops and stuff like that. They don't even look like they work there. They look like they just rolled out of bed and was like, shit. And some of them even be smoking weed. They come in there smelling like weed. No, I'm like, wow. Wow. This is the type of world we live in now.
It ain't the world. It's the
world,
management.
this world is getting taken over by
But it's
the
not the
youth.
world. It's not the world. It's the management. That's why you see a lot of the businesses go down. They fold. That's why you see a lot of McDonald's closing, a lot of the Burger King, the Wendy's coming, because there's gonna be a lot of Popeyes closing. Because if you notice, if you go to the Popeyes right now, they look like tragedies in the city of Rochester.
Yeah. So what happened to the uniforms and stuff like that? That on TV. See, that's the thing. That's why TV. Sometimes you gotta understand social media can be a bitch. Because you look at a Popeyes commercial, you look at a McDonald's commercial and stuff, and you see nothing but cleanness. You see inviting stuff. You see the little uniform. You see everything is put together. But go there to the goddamn restaurant. You see, like I say, you see girls in house shoes. You see damn near in house coats and shit like that.
Yeah,
like, bitch, I gotta go into work. I'm going as is. And that's how they are. And y'all know, for the people that's listening, y'all know if y'all hit them restaurants, y'all see exactly what I'm talking about. Them young girls will be coming up, rolling up in there, or already up in there and got them hair bonnets, the same shits that they go to sleep with, roll out in the street with, fight with, have sex in, all that stuff. They roll up and work with that, serving food. Yep.
It's persistent. It just it's no different than it is in schools. So at the end of the day, I mean, you'll see workers going into work in pajama suits. I mean, it's just a persistence of what everything coming to is hard. I mean, you got a president, you got a president that don't care about his own country. He'll rather go and mess with everybody else instead of taking care of his own country first.
I don't think it's him.
He's dead in the.
No, I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
What I think is that he's too old. He's too old to run this country. And I do, and I think he's suffering from early signs of dementia. I think that he has dementia. I think he's suffering from an early sign of dementia, and I think that it's other people that's whispering in his ear, "Yo, you need to do this and you need to do that," and then he's like, "Oh, okay." I don't even think that he really understands. He's just going by whatever other people is telling him. That's what I'm thinking.
Don't believe that.
I don't think it's him.
No, well, this is what I'm about to say. This is what I'm about to say. If you feel he in dementia, why is he trying to take down everybody that's behind him?
I'm trying to tell you.
I mean, he just indicted the attorney general. He going after the FBI dude, the ex-FBI Jew, which these two people right here that he messing with are gonna be the one to take him out of his throne. You gonna see.
I don't think
he needs to get out of the throne. He ain't in dementia. Don't ever think Trump in dementia. Everything Trump's doing, he already had this figured out to do. He's doing everything that he wanted to do. He wanted, like they said, he wanted to be a dictator. He didn't want to be a president. He wanted to be a dictator. He's dictating the situation. That's why everything's going the way it's going. Everything that you see in cycle that's going, he already knew he was going to do this. This is what he wanted to do. That's why he's getting rid of the high power.
If he becomes a dictator, I already know I'm gonna leave this country, because I already know if that means he's going to tell everybody, oh no, you can't marry this person. Oh no, you can't have this anymore. Oh no, you can't do this. You can't. Well, kind of, he already did that.
He's already doing that. He's already doing that right now.
Right. He's doing it with the food stamps and Section 8. I already know. I can see that, because he's telling people what they can have, what they can't have, and then also he's telling people oh, well, you know what? Okay, you lived here too long. Now you got to get the fuck out. So, and I'm talking about Section 8, and people know exactly what I'm talking about. So, yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's doing that with the
slowly,
he's doing that with the
slowly,
gays and all that right now. He's doing that with
yeah,
all that.
slowly, yeah, slowly, he gonna put it into a lot of shit. He gonna have all of us in the soup kitchen sooner or later, because I think that that's what his goal is, to have all the poor people at the soup kitchen and all the rich people laughing and all that other crazy shit and all of that stuff.
You can't see the cycle.
That's it.
You can't see what he's doing. He's trying to send all the refugees and all the other people back to their country so he can make this a slavery country again. That's all he's trying to do. He's trying to deprive everything.
Okay, well, that's one thing. Okay, that's one thing I could say, and I think I said that earlier in my show. I believe that, and this is just me. I believe that if you're not of American citizen, you should not even be here. Or if you are here, then they should give the opportunity to the actually Americans to have better housing, to drive better cars, to live in better house. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? To live better, to live better. Give them that opportunity. You know what I mean? So, you know, if
You
you're
know,
not
I know you know,
from
and
America, then you should not be here.
they get money to come over. Where America gives them money to start. That's why you see
They
more
should not
Africans.
do that. They
No,
should
I'm just playing. Just listen. That's why you see. I see. The thing is that it's sad to say what I'm about to say, but this is just my opinion. But you know it too. At the end of the day, you know, majority of our people can't do things together to build better. It's all about who gets what.
yeah, they
You
look
know what
out
I
for
mean?
themselves. They don't
Yeah,
care.
that's what I'm saying. It's all about who gets what, and that's
Right.
sad because if you look around, just look around in cities and see how the Puerto Ricans are building where they at, and they can get along, and the Arabs is building where they can get along, and then you see the Africans doing the same thing, and the Chinese and
Because
all the natives.
they already know what it takes to make money. That's why I said earlier in my show, I said that the those people there, they already know. We already know they're over here, but meanwhile they're laughing at the Americans because it's like, hey, you know, you got all of this opportunity, and you know, and you're lazy and you're stupid and you're dumb, so we're going to go
It
ahead and
ain't,
we're going to take all your money
yeah, but
and we're going
see,
to send it
it,
back home to support our
yeah,
family.
it's not that I'm gonna say this and this real. It's not that our people are lazy. It's just that our people some get in the tendency of being greedy. They don't
That's
see the opportunity of helping each other build better.
right, but you know what?
That's all it is.
Right, they're what I want to
They're
say.
not lazy. Because I'm gonna be honest,
They are lazy.
you can't no, be honest with yourself. There's not a black person that's lazy for the simple fact is we always was grown to be hustlers. Hustle. We grind.
Okay,
We
so
they
okay,
do other objectives.
you tell me this,
Okay.
Mr. Snowden. So if you're saying that let's say a black man, if you're saying that a black man ain't lazy, how come there's more Uber drivers, Lyft drivers, and they're either Haitians, African American, Africans are driving Ubers and stuff. Why ain't the black man why ain't the black man driving? Because he's gonna pick
Truthfully,
and choose.
truthfully, because majority of the black men can't get a day license. They most of them got DWI and transactions and trying. Let's be real. That's basically the issue. It ain't what everybody think it is. It's all about issues. It's all about that situations that I'm just being honest. I'm we as a black person we put ourselves in debts, and that ain't just a black man. That's a black woman. So I'm not going to sit up here and make it variability because it goes for both sides. It's just black people in general. We do. I can say it like this: in your younger years, you do a lot of stuff that mess you up in your older years, and then you try to correct it, and it takes time. Now you see the faults that you made, and you're trying to correct it. It takes time. You know what I'm saying? You seeing everything that's happening. You seeing, like you said, you seeing Arab Uber drivers. You seeing all these other ones, but there's black Uber drivers. There's black Uber drivers. There's black female Lyft drivers. All that, and I give them positive and grace of what they're doing.
Not that
It's
I,
it's
not that
it's,
I see, not that I see.
it's a
And
lot
I'm
of
gonna
them.
tell you
I'm not
another
gonna
thing
lie to
I
you. There's a lot of them.
no, no. Wait a minute, Mr. Snow. I'm gonna tell you another thing I see. I
What?
see, I see, I see Walmart. I see Walmart. They're not even hiring African Americans too much anymore. They're hiring the Haitians. They're hiring family members of Haitians. If you go into Walmart nowadays, half of the motherfuckers can't even speak a bit of English. When you go to them and say, "Hey, can you tell me where I can find syrup?" and they be like, "We know." Then
But
what are
think
you
about it.
doing here?
You gotta think about it. Ask yourself this question. You really gotta think about it. As a Walmart business, as a I'm gonna say it like this, as a Walmart business, you got a big corporation, right? So if you can get other citizens in there, that means they're being underpaid. They're branching out underpaid people.
It's a
They're
lot of
underpaying
them.
them.
It's a
Yeah,
lot of them in
they're
my local
underpaying them.
Walmart now. It's
Yeah,
a
that's what I'm
lot of
saying.
them in my and
But
they
they're
know
gonna work
each other.
hard
They
because
know
they're
each other.
gonna.
They got the grandmama up in there. They got the daughter up in
I'm
there.
trying to tell
They
you,
got
you gotta
the
remember,
son up in there. They got the other kids up in there. I
yeah,
know, and they all know each other and can't speak a bit of English.
think
None.
about it. They're coming from a country that's deprived. So if you bring them in, just look at it this way: if Walmart bring them in and paying them the average pay of between $15 and $12 an hour, they're gonna do it because they're making more money than they were making in their own country.
That's
And
true.
see, Walmart's not losing anything because the simple fact is they're seeing that they can get more people that's willing to work for less money and make them more money at the same time.
And
That's
that's what it is.
no,
You
yeah,
see
that's
them
what
all
it is. Think
at the
about it.
cash
That's like
register. I can't tell you how many women that I see up on the now what I see the women up on the cash registers, the ones that got the turbans and all that stuff around their face and head and all that,
yeah,
and can't speak a
uh-huh,
bit of English. And then I
uh-huh,
see outside, I see the cart pushers, they're the Haitians. I believe that they,
yep,
they can't speak a bit of English.
yep.
So Walmart got all that shit locked down.
Well,
Ain't no,
yeah,
ain't no,
Walmart.
ain't no Americans. Ain't too many Black Americans working at
I'm not
Walmart
saying that.
anymore.
No, it's blacks in
Just
there,
keeping it
but you
real.
understand what you're saying. The percentage is lower than with the other percentage of the Asian and all them. It's black ones in there. But at the end of the day, it's all about, like you said, yeah. Now I can go back to what you're saying. Yeah, at some time, we as black people be lazy and deprive ourselves of a good ability of doing stuff because the simple fact is the way everything going. But you can't get mad about how society is going. You got to build yourself. You got to build yourself because if you blame it on society, you're never gonna make nothing of yourself. You're never gonna make something of yourself. That's why you gotta remember, as us as black people, we came from slavery to where we always grind for what we did. We always worked hard to prove the point of doing it. You know what I mean? We got too many ancestors open the doors for us to get to where we at, and they should be deprived. They should be making it better. But at the end of the day, like you said, the world is, yeah, you're right. Now I'm sitting there listening to you. The world is going bad. The world going bad fast. You right. I'm thinking about what you say. You right. Because you think about
Yes,
it
it
now,
is.
it just. But see, the thing about it is heritage. I'm gonna say passing stuff makes a lot of people hard because At the end of the day, everybody, majority of people blame it's the white man. It ain't the white man because there's a lot of white people out here that's considered and will help to make you better. There's a lot of them out here that will do that for you. You got to give them persistence because at the end of the day, even though they had ancestors that were slave owners, it's not their fault. They wasn't there. We wasn't there. We got ancestors that were slaves. I don't think you were there back there picking cotton, was you? You understand what I'm saying?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, I said I don't believe you was back there picking cotton in slavery, right? But you have ancestors that were. You feel me?
Yeah.
Okay, so as the cycle goes along, there's got to be change. That's what Martin Luther King and everybody. You got to see the cycle. It's got to be changed. They didn't do all that for nothing, and it seems like it is now. I mean, you got multimillionaires live, multimillionaires that live here, came here, moved on. Some still here, and if you get them in front of a media and everything, oh, that's why I'm here. I'm helping my community. Where you helping your community at? Be honest with yourself. Where they helping the community at? Majority of majority of
Right.
multimillionaires been on the west side or the east side. Or the east side. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm not what I mean, I'm not trying to say nothing negative. I mean like, but don't use that as a persistence of like I came from nothing to something. But you will help the community that you in now. You could live in California, LA. You'll move past where you came from. If you're gonna be persistent in what you do, don't you think you should come back home and help out the community that you grew up in? You
Yeah,
see what I'm
well,
saying?
some don't think like that though.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying they're not being persistent in what they're doing. I understand because you came from nothing. Now you up here and you living better. You feel me? That's understandable. I'm not. You can't inject them from that because anybody that's not level right now, if they was to hit a multi-million lottery or what, or God bless them with millions, you think they'll stay here and help their community? They're gonna
No.
leave. They're gonna leave. They're gonna leave and go somewhere else to advance themselves to see themselves better. But the only thing is, okay, this is the thing I always say. When you become, if you do get that chance to blossom and get big money, why would you go buy a $2.5 million house? What's wrong with getting a $150,000 house? Let your money grow. Why would you live out the means? You living because
They
your
don't
money has built up. Your money built up. I mean, come
they
on.
don't see it like that.
You got kids and everything going on. When you leave this earth, don't you think you depriving them of seeing the factors of stuff? See, that's the cycle. That's the problem. That's the cycle. See, kids come up like when we came up, the most expensive thing that we saw was what? Converse. You know what I'm saying? Now remember
Yeah.
the Jordan and the Nikes, the ups they wearing, the high top ups and everything. Remember, we had them back then. Them things wasn't even over $30. They're all different color Nikes. We had all that. Now these things are like what, 150, $200. Jordan's down there 500. Come on, that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, it is what it is, man. It's just a value of what people see in life. You know what I mean? It's a value of what you see on the media, on the TVs. I mean, living your means. Everybody's last name is not Jones. That's the way I
Yeah.
look at it.
You're
Everybody's
right.
last
You're
name is
right.
not Jones. You know
You're
what I mean?
right about that.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Snowden. Listen, I'm gonna play some music to take us up out of here, and I'll come back and kind of close out. Hold on, hold on.
all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. Will that make you good? You're not good. You just know how to hide and lie. Me, I don't have that problem. Me, I always tell even when I lie. So say good night to the bad guy.
What you want me to do?
Jay, you need to stop.
I'm about to get off, man. I'm about to go.
Jay, you need to stop. Jay, you need to stop. Jay, you need to stop. The last time you're gonna see a bad guy like this again, let me tell you.
All right, everybody. All right, that is the end of our show. I want to thank my advisor kings, advisor queens, advisor honeys, and my advisor princess. Y'all listen, I know sometimes, I can flip flop or whatever, whatever. That's why I have my disclaimer up, because you just never know. I mean, we may get on one topic or one whatever, whatever, and then we kind of switch back and forth, whatever. It's all good. It's a discussion. It was open panel. Nobody wanted to come up. So, I'm glad that Mr. Snowden, he stopped in and said hi and chopped it up with us for a minute. So I appreciate that. So anyway, yeah, Mr. Snowden, do you got anything else you want to say before we close out the show?
I just like to say, God bless everybody. Stay blessed, stay safe, and go for your dreams.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for hanging out. And everybody else, some of the new people. I noticed that a few new people came up in here, well, in the chat box anyway. Donald Goins, I'm pretty sure he probably brought them over and stuff. So they're from the Slide Gang. But anyway, thank you so much, Slide Gang, for hanging out, coming over here for a teaspoon. And then y'all, I guess y'all left or whatever. Y'all probably just sliding through different live streams tonight. But at least thank you for just kind of sliding through her. Thank you. Anyways, like I said, when I talk and I say my little woes here, there, whatever, it's just that, things that I see on the internet or social media, and I just kind of just, give you my opinion. And also y'all can go back and see for yourself, hey, let me see what Miss Brown is talking about. And you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? But anyway, y'all, I want to thank you guys. I want to thank y'all for just hanging out with your gal, and also y'all make sure that you share me out and stuff. You know what I mean? My numbers, I guess they're still at a standstill. I ain't going up, I ain't going down. I noticed that I'm still just at a standstill. So hey, people are watching me, and some people, I guess, ain't nobody sharing me out or whatever, but hey, I got to keep on going. I got to do what I got to do and stuff. At least y'all are tuning into my music. So, hey, it is what it is. We as content creators, we got to take the bitter with the sweet. So that's how I always see it. So anyway, y'all, I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Y'all keep your notifications on, because you never know when a bitch might be back. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Snowden. And I will see you soon. All right. Bye.